Hi, I'm Mark. Welcome to Buck Country Woodyard. It's been a bit since we've done a lot of videos. I've had some camera issues and some weather issues. As most of you guys have experienced throughout the US anyway, there's been a lot of strange spring weather. Cold, windy, a lot of rain, so I haven't been out as much. And like I said, I had some camera issues. By now you've probably seen the video I took of our new exciting addition to the property here, but if not, I'll hold off on that. I have another exciting addition that I wanted to go over tonight. In fact, you're going to be with me as I figure this thing out. So the history behind this for me is I was sitting with my friend Sean over lunch and telling him about my excitement of us buying a tractor and all the stuff we need to do. And I was describing a scenario that I haven't quite figured out, because I've ordered a grapple, but I don't have it yet. But when I have the grapple and picking up logs, you know, you need some ballast weight in the back. And then you also have to take a bunch of stuff. You know, you have chainsaws and wedges and chaps and all the good gas and all that good stuff. And so I said, well, I need some kind of ballast box. So I started doing some searching and ran across my fellow woodhound and somebody whose site I admire, whose channel I admire, is Tony's Cool Tools. And from several years ago, he had shared a exciting organizing ballast situation for his tractor, the Bigtoolrack. And after I started searching that, I've found it on several of the woodhound channels I follow, like Dude Ranch DIY and of course Mike Morgan from several years ago, but nothing real recent. Tony's was probably the most recent that I saw from the people that I was familiar with. So I went online, and sure enough, they're still making products and looked like a great company, American-made company, and a lot of good reviews from what I saw on YouTube. So I looked, and at the time on the site they had green and yellow. It's black, but it has some accent colors. So I kind of said to myself, well, I'm spending way too much money on this tractor and implements as it is. So since they don't have red, I'm probably not going to buy it. But I looked and just jumped on their comment or their contact section and said, hey, you know, if you ever have red, let me know. And I got a call, I think within the 4 or 5 hours, from Tim, the owner of the Bigtoolrack company. And he said, hey, you know, we haven't been making a lot of red, but we can make some. We have some powder coat, and we have some that we can produce pretty quickly, and I'll make that available if you want to order it online. And I did. And Tim has been great to work with. He concierge service. He reached out and asked me a lot of questions about the shipment, about product, and making sure that I had what I need to unload it. So really cool. So I'm excited to get into it. So let's do that now. So here's how it came shipped to me. Very secure, protected against the weather and protected against any damage in shipment. I'd seen online when I did the research that the crates are like something you'd see from an Indiana Jones movie with valuable artifacts in them. So pretty exciting to see the care they take with the shipment. So I'm gonna get into it here. So this first box has a sprayer, motorized sprayer. I think it was 40 gallon, if I remember correctly. That they had on their site. So that'll be good for us for now. I think we'll use it we're doing our first garden this year, and the garden's away from any hoses we have. So we'll be hauling water and fertilizer and all that. So I think that's what I'll use it for this year, but it could obviously be used for you know, spraying fence lines with weed kill and anything like that. So, and it will fit right back in the back of the Bigtoolrack. So that's kind of exciting. Here's a better look at it. Very nice. On top of this box was an envelope, and inside a welcome to the Bigtoolrack family letter from Tim, and stickers, or sticker, and some pens. So very nice little touch there. So very nice. In this box, here, let me show you a little bit better. We have the Bigtoolrack quick hitch, and Tim was kind enough to provide a Bigtoolrack cap. So that's very nice. A lot of nice touches. Very exciting to do business with a company that takes that much care in customer service and throws in these nice touches like this. Like I said, he was in contact with me personally with text and even a phone call. So very great customer service. So when you're making an investment in some, expensive tools or equipment, it's nice to have someone who treats you like that. So there's what we have when we open the crate. These are the red rails I spoke about earlier. Here's the instruction manual. Very detailed and not super fine print, so I'll be able to read it. Hey, so we're here the next day looking at the Bigtoolrack. I ran out of time last night trying to put it together, plus we got some rain. So here you can see it. So the next thing I'm going to do is kind of load it up and check the weight. See how much ballast weight we're really getting with this. So we're finally got the big tool rack loaded after I did some other chores today. I'll give you a little bit of a look at what we got on it. So since it's springtime and I need to do some weed eating, we got two trimmers on it. One's the combi so I can do some brush cutting, and one's the Echo string trimmer. I got the Stihl 500i and 460 cables, first aid kit, ropes, the electric chainsaw so I can mark the logs or get small things. A bunch of stuff. I got the, I got the picaroon, a rake, a hatchet. So I told you I'd give you the weight. So I weighed everything as I put it on. I have 302 pounds of stuff. The rack itself weighs 300, so 602. And then the suitcase weights that I could fit on there, I could fit 442. So let's see, we're at 602. And then, what is that, 168. So we're at 570, right? So 570 of ballast, and pretty handy. I got the hitch. I got something I can pull cables with when we try to yard some logs. I got different size balls. Got the Tordon for the brush that I cut, and some other weed killer, tree huggers, bags of miscellaneous stuff like sharpeners and all that good stuff. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what the big tool rack can offer. I will put a link to Tim's company on the in the comments below, and I'll also put a link to Tony's great video on how to put one together. As you can see, I'm not the most handy person, so I didn't try to walk you through it to the level of detail that Tony did. But certainly excited to have this, and when I get my grapple, we'll be ready to go out into the woods and bring the trees down, yard them, and haul them away. So we're excited about that. Thanks for watching, and talk to you soon. Take care.